Yeah. Okay, so we're Circuit 10. Matt's from another band called Our Best Laid Plans. Mine and his project is called Circuit 10.
Rad.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, how did this all happen?
Well, after I left my last band, I decided to shit. I sort of went solo, and it was sort of a throwaway idea at the time, and then I sort of worked on that for a while, and then I sort of missed the feeling of, you know, being in a band and playing music with other people.
Yeah.
So I got in touch with Maddie about starting up a project, and that was a few weeks ago, and now I've been working pretty hard on getting this going, so yeah, that's pretty much how it came about.
We both had already written some sort of acoustic songs.
Yeah.
In our own time, just our own solo kind of stuff, and then so it worked quite well when Timmy contacted me and asked if we wanted to work together.
Yeah.
We had the same style of songs and everything, so it fit really well.
So what would you guys say that your influences were, like musically or personally?
Okay, so I listen to a lot of pop punk bands like All Time Low, Hit the Lights, Blink-182, a lot of bands like that. But with writing, I'm sort of leaning to more towards like James Blunt and Bruno Mars.
Oh yeah.
And Jack Johnson and some artists like that.
Yeah.
So
that'd be kind of a change for you.
Yeah, it's a lot more poppy, I think, the stuff that we're writing and the stuff that I've been writing too. Yeah.
What about you, Maddie? What are your influences?
Definitely Chuck Ragan, people like him, Brian Fallon, love Johnny Cash. So there's a lot of different styles of music that I put into my song, so it makes it a little bit different. Yeah, same as Timmy, the pop punk and all that.
Do you think music has always been kind of your ambition, or was it just something that happened along the way? Or
yeah, definitely. Like, I started playing music a long time ago, and it's just, I used to listen to a lot of The Offspring and Good Charlotte, and Sum 41 as well. I grew up listening to those bands, and then I got into Blink, and then it just grew from there, and music just kept growing on me. And now it's a huge part of my life. Like, it means a lot to me, so that's why we're here. What
about you, Matt? It's just been kind of a thing that you always wanted to do, or?
Yeah, same. I started pretty young, 15 or something, and then just since then I just wanted to do it the whole time.
What's the process that you guys go through for writing a song? Like, does the melody come first, or the lyrics, or does it all kind of blend together?
Me personally, I write lyrics, just put some guitar to it.
Usually something needs to happen in my life to make me want to write about it.
Yeah.
So something happens that makes me feel sad or happy or whatever, just any emotion, I just write lyrics for it. Usually I have a melody in my head as I'm writing it, and then like I pick up the guitar and just play and just make something. But yeah, it's really different with every song I write, I think. Like, it just changes. You guys have currently got this in the works. What do you see this going? See it going pretty far, I think. You know, we're just working on the basic things at the moment. We're actually just doing some recording today. But yeah, it's hard to say at this point, so it's very early days. But you know, I have pretty high hopes for this, I think.
Definitely travelling a little bit interstate and just doing shows.
So, speaking of recording, how does that all come about? Like, do you guys record in the house, or? Yeah, well, I've got a Mac here with a recording program that I use, so we'll just be using that for a while, and then eventually, you know, step it up and go into an actual studio, and yeah. What's the plan for, like, music distributing? Are we talking over the net or word of mouth? Yeah, everything, like over the net and playing shows, giving out CDs to our mates and just anyone. I think internet will be a big part of it though, yeah, and radio and shit like that. Because social networking's had a big impact on the music industry, and what are your kind of views about that at the moment? I think it's really good. Like, it's just so much easier to get noticed these days, because back in the day artists probably had to just do poster runs and you know, peddle it on the street corner, that kind of thing. Yeah, and now, like, if you get enough hits on YouTube or likes on Facebook or whatever, it's a lot easier to get popular that way. We're lucky to have it, I guess. You guys said that you wanted to travel. Do you have any overseas ambitions, or? Definitely. That's like long term though, I think. So I think this year it'll mostly just be in Australia. Like, we'll probably head up to Sydney at some point, maybe Adelaide, Queensland, whatever. Yeah, and America definitely sometime in the future. When you guys aren't involved in music, what does a rocker do to relax?
I never really turn off from music. no matter what you're doing, you always sort of get lines to songs in your head or something that you can put music to. Yeah, this is my third band anyway that I'm in, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been... Yeah, you've been through quite a few, so what's the progression been like for you? You know, what made you change? Does it just get boring eventually, or...?
No, just keeping busy, just wanting to do music, so I just do as much as I can musically.
Fair enough. So. Do you think there's been any kind of real point in your life where you said, yeah, this is what I want to do, or I'm going to write a song about this because it's had a big impact on me, or...?
Yeah, I think there was definitely a point when, you know, when I was in school, all I really cared about was music, and I was in a pretty decent band at the time too, and then I sort of decided then that I just wanted to be famous, and like music was my thing, and that was all I cared about. And as I've grown up, it's still my goal, but I'm not like pinning all my hopes on it happening. A lot of it is to do with chance, which kind of sucks, but you know, these days it's still there, like my love for music and wanting to go far with it, but it's not just all I think about sort of thing. I used to think, oh, if I don't make it, I'm not going to be happy with my life, but now it's different. Like, I'll be happy whatever happens, whether I make it or not, but I'm going to try anyway.
Have you guys had any major setbacks, or just kind of early days still?
Definitely losing musicians is a big setback.
Yeah.
It means that you got to find someone that fits in well, and then they got to learn the songs, so you're taking a few months off there. So yeah, it's definitely been a setback for both my other bands. Yeah. Yeah,
so what's it been like working just you two, because you're saying you're pretty on the same page, whereas before you guys were in bands with a few other people. Is it easier just to work with the two of you, or?
Very easy. Yeah, we're both on the same page and have the same goals, so...
The song we're recording today should be out in a few days.
And what's that one called?
It's called If You Fall, and Maddie wrote this one, so... Yeah.
Can we get a bit of an insight into what it's about, or...?
Pretty much about friends that sort of go through tough times, and sort of letting them know that there are people there to help them when they fall down. And
yeah, it'll be on like SoundCloud and on our Facebook like page thing.
Just check out the Facebook page, which is...
Yeah, which is, fuck, we haven't made it yet.
What will we say?
Yeah, it'll be like facebook.com/Circuit10 Music.